everybody's there, so I think we'll just start rocking, get this going. So, like I said, Ben down at Mattress Man, he's the one that we were kind of talking, and he told me I can't on something, and I was like, stop, right? Because it's a native reaction for me at my household, right? The word I can't doesn't exist at my house. It doesn't. We don't say that. The word I can't, to me, the most dangerous phrase ever created is I can't. Doesn't work. I can't is the worst mindset. It creates a habit in you that all of a sudden, oh, I can't do that. Nope, I can't do that. Nope, I can't do this. I can't do. Pretty soon you're not doing anything because you don't. Your mindset is like, I can't do anything. I can't accomplish this. I can't accomplish that. So I can't is extremely dangerous. So at my house, since Derek was, well, I don't think he was ever shorter than 3 feet, but since he was a little kid and could talk, he would say, I can't. He'd get flicked in the mouth. We don't say I can't. You figure out how you can. Do you know what happened over the years in my house after doing that with all the kids? I tell the kids, hey, I need you to do this if you can. They don't say, I can't. I remember being a kid and my mom telling me, hey, you need to do this. And I'd be like, I can't. You know, I'd whine when I'd say it even. That's how bad my mindset was. I would whine when I say I can't. My kids, okay, well, how can I do that? How can I get that done? They think that to themselves, but when they're real little, they say it to me. They say it to Carrie. They say, well, how can I do that? They don't say I can't. We don't say I can't. All of a sudden, there's this mindset. So now Derek, he's at that age where all of a sudden it's like, Derek, you need to go to the gym, you need to work out today, you need to get the lawn mowed, and you need to go shoot 500 shots. Okay, I can do that. He doesn't know how he's going to do it at that point. But in his mindset is, okay, that's something that needs to get done. I can do that. I have to figure it out. And his mindset isn't trying to find an excuse on why you can't, because we all know you can either have excuses or you can have success, but you can't have both. It doesn't work that way. So in his mind, it's, okay, I can. I just have to figure it out. That's what happens at our house. It's a mindset that was created. And I see it when I was talking to Ben, he said I can't. I was like, no. I can't isn't a thing. It doesn't, like for me, I don't even understand it at this point. It's become such a heavy set mindset. Now I won't. I understand that. I'm not going to do it. That's an awesome decision. Decisions are great. I won't. Cool. I can't. That's not a decision. That's a failure mindset. I won't. Cool. My kid, if I told him, hey, you need to shoot 500 shots, mow the lawn, and do this, and he says, I won't mow the lawn. We might have words about why he decided not to do it, but the decision of I won't is fine. That's great. I won't do that. Now you know that's something you're not going to do. You don't focus your attention on the excuse. You don't focus on garbage. I won't is fine. I can't doesn't work. So, really, they figure out steps to get it done. I kind of skipped over that, but they do. They figure out steps. And how am I going to get this done? They figure it out. And that's what kind of mindset we should have here, too. We can't say, I can't get this done. I can't accomplish this. I can't do that. Yeah, you can. How? Break it down. You need help? We got plenty of people around to help you break something down that you can't accomplish here. I can't do 1 million. Why not? I won't do 1 million. Fine. Don't do it. Stay broke. I want to do 1 million, but I can't. Yeah, you can. So we'll sit down and we'll figure out how to accomplish that goal. Let's tell somebody, I don't know where to start. We'll all help. We'll all pitch in. Find somebody that's done 1 million. Say, Corey's done 1 million. Corey, how did you get to 1 million? Tell me what you focused on. How'd you get there? Boom, you'll get there. Just focus on those things. There's nothing you can't do, can't be, can't achieve. We've all heard it before. But did you pay attention to it? There are things you won't do, you won't be, and you won't achieve, but there's nothing that you can't do. Put your mind to it. And put your mind to it, what's that mean? Well, putting your mind to it is an old saying. You become what you think about. What you think about the most. You're going to think about something, that's what you go towards. Whatever's in your mind, that's where you lead yourself. Just like I talk about, you throw a ship in the ocean and it doesn't have a destination, where does it end up? Anywhere. Right? You just go in the ocean and go somewhere, you'll get somewhere. You might not get where you want to get, but you'll get there. But a ship with a road with a map knows that it wants to go from Paris to New York. It gets there, and it gets there quick because it knows it finds the shortest path because it's thinking about, okay, how do I get there? Here's the map. This is the way I got to go. But without that, you're just going to wander around and end up on some beach in the middle of nowhere with no food and no gas. Probably die, wondering what happened. Why didn't I get there? Success or fear, and sometimes when you say I can't, it's just out of fear. And that's a whole nother mindset. If you're saying I can't because you're afraid, that's something you got to get over. And this whole country right now is all about fear. You know, you look at the media, it's all about, oh, fear of COVID, you're going to die. Get a vaccine or you're going to die. Stay in your house or you're going to die. You're going to die anyway. You're not getting out of this place alive. Nobody's leaving this world alive, right? So, and the other thing, social media. There's so much fear on social media. Why do you think people walk up to Lamborghinis and lean against them and take a picture? Because they're afraid people will think they're a failure. So they're like, oh, I can't let them think I'm a failure. I'm going to take a picture by this Lamborghini because this is so cool because I'm cool and rich. You're not rich. You're fake. That's fear. You're trying to show people you are what you're not because you're afraid of what they'll think of you. Who cares what other people think of you? Go after what you want. You'll get there before they will if they're worried about you. You worry about yourself. Next thing is fear of missing out. The FOMO. Oh, you see that all over. I'm gonna go to this party. I can't miss out on this party. I'm going over here because I can't miss out on this. I'm gonna do this because I can't miss out. I'm afraid I'm gonna miss out on something important. What's important is what vision you have for your life, not what other people are telling you is important. Don't be afraid of missing out on something. Be afraid of missing out on what you want. I could keep going, but I'll stop there. And the easiest way to overcome your fears is just focus on the end game. You play chess, you know, you have a game plan. I'm going to take their queen or the king by doing this style of play. So they focus on how can they get their pieces in that position the whole time to win at the end. That's what you got to focus on. Okay, how am I going to get to this point? Start at the end, work your way back. That's how it works. That's how you overcome fear because you know where you're going. Any obstacle shouldn't make you afraid. It's just another thing you have to go through. You want to know how much Vikings tried to get rid of fear? Vikings would go to pillage another country, another island, whatever. They would ride their boats all the way up to the island. They'd start them on fire. They'd start their own boats on fire. They'd raid and pillage, and they either won or they died. Because they weren't getting out of there without the other people's stuff. They needed the other people's boats. They needed the other people's pride. They needed other people's family. They took everything. It was win or lose or die. That's how they ran. So, and that sparks creativity. I mean, brutal for the Vikings, but that's where creativity comes from. You know, it just breeds itself out of trying to find a way. So I've talked about this before, the VDA. I used to put a D on the end, but I took it off because this is redundant. So it's vision, decision, and action. Talked about it a couple of times before. And it's just the process. And guess what? Processes take time. They have to develop, and you have to focus on them, but it's a process on how to get what you want. And no, you won't always win. Failure is just a stepping stone to success. So if you fail once, big deal. It's just because you learned a new way not to do something. Look at, there's plenty of examples for that. Edison, with his light bulb. He made 1,000 tries of making the light bulb before he failed. Or before he got it. He failed 1,000 times. 1,000 ways not to make a light bulb. I mean, that'd be a great book, wouldn't it? Not the one way to make a light bulb. Or, like when my kids were walking. They'd fall down. And they'd cry. And I'd say, get back up. Keep moving. Right? Not, oh, poor kid, you fell down. Stay down. Don't get up again. You're fine. Just stay down there. No, I didn't say that. I said, get your ass up. Keep moving, boy. Right? I didn't mess with that. Or riding a bike. Kids fall down. They scrape their elbow, rip their leg open. Hey, you're fine. Spit on it. Get on the bike. Ride again. Right? Keep going. I didn't say, stay down. The bike is too dangerous. You're going to die. I'm not the media. I don't say that to my kids. I say, get back up. Keep going. So, vision. Just like here, You become what you think about. Well, whatever you give your attention to, that's what you move towards. That's your vision. Whatever you want out of life. Your dreams, they start as a dream. Oh man, it'd be cool. Lamborghini. It'd be cool to own that Lamborghini. Instead of taking a picture and say, I wish I had one of those, it should be, how do I get one? Slap a picture of it on your fridge and write down how you're going to get it. Right? That's your vision. I want a Lamborghini. Give yourself attention on how you're going to get that. When you have a vision, sometimes you say, like, I hear it all the time about me with woodworking. Where do you find time for that? I can't believe that you have the time to get that done. I can't believe you have 5 kids and you're out there building things. How do you have time? Where do you have time? Well, I get creative because I have a vision of what I want to accomplish, and I give it attention. And it just gets done. How do I do it? I don't know. I have no idea. I just do it. And it just works. Right? So whatever you give attention to, you'll get creative, and you'll start figuring how to accomplish that vision. And the next step after having a vision is the decision. And boy, there's fear there. How did you know you were going to be a woodworker? I don't know, I just decided. How did you know you were going to do sales? I just decided I was going to do it. How did you decide you were going to get that Lamborghini? I just decided it's what I wanted. It's a decision. You have to decide. You can't just sit there and wish, boy, it'd be cool if I had that Lamborghini, because then it just stays a wish. It's never really anything you wanted until you decide, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get that. I would rather die than lose. You've heard me say that before, and it's true. I don't like losing. I don't mind failing, but I'm not going to lose. If there's something I'm after, I'm going to chase it till it's done. If I were to die tomorrow, and I knew it was coming, what decisions would you make? You'd make some serious decisions, right? Well, like I said, you're not going to get out of this place alive, so pretend like tomorrow you're going to die. I may die tomorrow. What decisions do I need to make? Right or wrong?
I'm probably going to leave work then.
Right? Yeah, I'm out of here. See y'all. Good talk. No, but seriously, you would make some majorly different decisions with your life than what you do. And those decisions, those are kind of your legacy, right? Whatever decisions you make, whether it's a day or a lifetime, those decisions you make create your legacy. Because you're not getting out of here alive. You're not taking anything with you. I've never seen a hearse with a luggage rack on the top, Well, we're going to bury all this stuff with it. It doesn't happen, The Egyptians tried it. It didn't work. Their stuff is still there, right? So your legacy is what you do with your life, what decisions you make, what you leave behind. What are you going to leave behind? Are you going to leave a life full of wishes and, oh, I wish I could have done these things? There's a story one of my woodworker friends talks about that he read, where there's this guy on his deathbed, and he's dying, and there's all these people around him. They're like phantoms standing around him at his deathbed. And he's like, who are you? Who are you? He's like, well, I'm this that you could have had. And the other guy's like, oh, I'm this dream you never chased down. And this guy's like, I'm this that you never accomplished for the world, that you didn't give it your all. You missed out on all of us. And he died with all of his dreams and wishes standing around him. When you ask old people what they would have changed in their life, they would have said, I would have had less regrets. I would have went for more. You find somebody that's 90 and ask them, do you have regrets? He'll be like, oh, hell yeah, I do. I wish I would have done this, this, and this, and this in life. I wish I would have made a difference for these people. I wish I would have done something better for them. You ask them, they will. That's what they'll say. So leave behind a good legacy. The next thing is just actions. You got to act. You might make the decision that that's what you want, but you can't sit down and watch TV. You can't play on your phone. You can't live in fear of missing out. You won't get what you want if you don't act on it. It's definitely not easy. Like I said, if you have the mentality of you'd rather die than lose, you'll accomplish those visions. You'll get there. I would rather die than lose. I don't know where the notes went, but I'm going to kind of just tell you. So a friend of mine, he used to say, as soon as you start acting, you're going to run into obstacles. And the first obstacle is always the biggest because it's just in your way. There's always something that you need to get moving, and that obstacle is in your way. And those obstacles, They are just deciding, they're just in your way to help you decide if the reward is good enough. You hit an obstacle and the reward on the other side isn't good enough, you'll just stop. So if you just stop, you got to reevaluate your vision, because it's probably not something you want bad enough. It's not something you want. I want $1 million in sales here. How bad do you want it? You know, is it bad enough to overcome the first obstacle? Bad enough to overcome the 100th obstacle? Bad enough to last to the 11th month and you're 150,000 behind and decide I'm going to get 150 in this last month, whether I'm going to die trying if I don't? That's what it takes. Maybe you get it, maybe you don't. It's a failure. Next year you do it. You learn so much in that first year trying to get to $1 million. It'll be a lot easier the second year. Make yourself a legend. That's really, like I said, you can either have the I can't and the excuses, or you can have I can or how can I and success. The two are mutually exclusive. You pick which one you want. So, and like I said, I'd rather die than lose. I have a guy I know named Les Brown. And Les Brown gives amazing motivational speeches. You follow him on YouTube and Instagram. Amazing talks. But he always says, think about it, it's not over until you win. It's not. You keep going. If you have a dream, you keep going. It's not over until you win. You go until you win. And when you win, it's when you accomplish your vision. It's when you become that legend. So, all I'm going to say is stop saying I can't, start saying how can I, and go win.